Hi, I'm Lindsay Jones, and I'm going to talk about the solution focused brief therapy and narrative therapy. So, some similarities between the two, they both avoid diagnosing and labeling the client. They really search for when clients were resourceful and they look at the strengths of clients. Both of them do that. And they also think that clients are the experts in their own lives. A major difference is that narrative therapy investigates how the problem has been disrupting, dominating, or just even discouraging the client. And so they do talk about the problem, even though they are more future focused. They will bring up the problem, whereas with solution focused brief therapy, they don't want to talk about the problem at all. It's all about the future, and that's what we're going to focus on. A strength of solution focused brief therapy is just the optimism, wanting to focus on the good things in the client, the strengths and the positives, knowing what is working, doing more of that. A limitation of it would be that, a determining factor of therapeutic success is the relationship between the client and the therapist. And so it's hard to have a good quality of relationship when sessions are really brief. And so it's almost impossible, in my opinion, to establish that type of relationship after just one session. And so that would be a major limitation of that. With narrative therapy, a strength would be that clients are functioning as the authors of their own lives, and they have the authority to speak on their own behalf. And so they're the experts in this situation. A limitation would be just the need to search for evidence for clients who have strengths, competence, resiliency. And so what if that's limited? What if, you're having trouble pulling that out of the client and finding that? So when looking at Christian concepts, I looked at Galatians 6, and it talks about planting and harvesting, and that's good and bad. So what you plant or what you sow, you'll reap. And we see that, we have consequences for our actions, and sometimes needing to know where that comes from, to know why things are happening today. So that could be some incompatibility with both solution focused brief therapy and narrative therapy. But Galatians 6:9 says, "So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up." And so that's where it's compatible, that we can create the narrative for our life, and good can come from it when we do good. Some measurable outcomes. So it's solution focused brief therapy with such short sessions. It's really hard to measure any outcomes. And so the most common length of sessions were just one. And so how do you measure the success of that after just one session? And then with narrative therapy, clients vary, and they're diverse, and each client is unique, and so is the approach, and there's no one size fits all. So I think it can be hard to see and measure the outcomes for that. There's no diagnosis or no formulas to even assure positive results. So thank y'all for your time.